Welcome back to the OCE Championship. Of course, you know our names, but right now it is Tainted Minds versus
against
Perth versus Perth Ground Zero, and Perth Ground Zero are coming zero.
They have Perth in their name?
I don't know why I said that. I'm just gonna ignore that and move
Welcome
on.
to the desk. You've got a full day of play-by-play ahead of you, and I've given you crap every single time you've been
Ground
on.
Zero, they're 0-3 into this match.
Yep.
They are less than, or they are looking less than.
It's hard to
I
tell.
don't even
They've
know
been
what I'm
against
saying.
the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
And you can take a 0-3 loss to the Chiefs.
Yeah, they looked scared, though, against the Chiefs. They didn't look confident. Walcott really underperformed. CJ really underperformed. Lim, though. Lim popped off. Hopefully we can see Lim bring that back out, but have his teammates also...
He popped off in one game, but all of his shots were just him scoring a goal.
Yeah.
There were no passes, and that was what you were saying in terms of them looking nervous, looking like they were rushing things.
Yeah.
They were in position to pass, but they never took it.
Well, in the qualifiers for the championship, they 3-0'd Tainted to make it.
In the group stage.
Yeah, so I think there is a really good Ground Zero out there. We haven't seen it yet. They're a new team. They just got stomped by Chiefs, but it's definitely there.
What's interesting, because we didn't get to see that match. Every single game
Yeah.
was 3-2, and I'd spoken to CJ after that match.
Oh, yeah?
And
What did he say?
He was so triggered. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
tilted
Yep.
off the face of the
Yep.
earth. Because they'd been playing for 4 hours, and he's like,
okay.
I've been playing for so long, and now I have to verse
Excuses.
Walcott.
Classic CJ.
I versus Walcott, he's demoing me.
Yep,
I can't handle this. And yeah, it's excuses. I want to see how they play today.
Well, I guess they're in it for revenge then.
Yeah.
They really haven't been tested yet, though, Tainted Minds. Justice did look good. Shimpwits did take a game off them, but they've just stomped everyone. I think Ground Zero will give them a bit more of a fight.
I think the same thing for Ground Zero. They haven't really been tested. They've been against the Chiefs.
Yeah, in the other way, I
getting
guess.
beaten
Yeah.
0-3 by the Chiefs.
Everyone
they've really
gets
been tested.
the chance to try and take down the Chiefs, but not doing so.
So I guess for us, this is going to be their first actual game of league play. You know, me
Wow.
being the devil's
Yep.
advocate
Okay.
here. I'll be the toxic one. I'll handle it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
We can be more toxic and say this will be CGM and Walcott's first game.
Oh, okay. That's you being toxic. That's not me.
Chance for them to get their first goal at least.
Yeah.
But Tainted Minds, I mean, they played so well last series, right? We saw them play so aggressive and so fast. And
Yep.
against a team like Ground Zero, can they kind of keep up with that pace? I personally don't think so.
No, I think they will. I think they're the kind of team that will keep that pace up no matter what, and then deal with the consequences in conceding 4 goals.
Tainted Minds are like, for me, the teamiest team. They're playing
the teamiest
really
team.
hard off each other.
Yeah,
Sometimes to
okay,
their
yeah.
detriment. They're going and backing up every single touch, hoping that their teammate wins.
Yep.
And it can bite them if they overcommit.
As a team, I really want them to see Shady get a little bit more involved, though. He's really staying back a bit more than I really expected from Shady.
It's still like Shady holding back, but on another team, you'd have someone like Yeatsy going all the way back.
Okay,
He's pretty
yeah.
aggressive as that
I
third
felt
man.
that worked so well for them last series, though, against...
Oh, yeah.
Because Shady was always there in defense, you know, like a quick shot out from the side or from their opposition, and essentially Shady was always there going, oh, I'll take a free clear, I'll pass it off to Express.
They're still beating everyone to the ball just by being close.
I just think it might struggle against Chiefs and then international teams.
I think against Chiefs, it's that random factor that could possibly do it.
Yeah, well, cutting through all this sort of a discussion
sort of
here,
thing?
that sort of a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go there. Predictions, guys, give me a quick one.
I think this will be 3-1 to Tainted. They have had a pretty easy run. I think it'll be high scoring again, because I think Tainted just lend a high scoring
not 8-0,
games.
no?
But no, I think it'll be 3-1.
I think Ground Zero will stay further back, so maybe not as high scoring. I'm going the 3-0. I thought it was going to be a 3-1 last series.
Tainted?
To Tainted, yeah.
Yeah, to say the team.
I even forgot. I was like, I just Tainted
To the team that's playing, And look, the desk, again, is unanimous across the board. I'm going with Tainted Minds. They played so well last series, and I think they're going to play, again, a really fast-paced game, which is just going to beat out Ground Zero.
I think Ground Zero might be able to keep up to it, but I still think Tainted Minds just the quality of players and their experience really will come through.
It's definitely the chance for Ground Zero. They haven't really shown up yet, and this is their opportunity. Can they take down Tainted Minds? Can they put themselves in the top 4, or will they be defeated by the returning international team?
Lim with a beautiful clear up into the center. Walcott with the drop down. Lim with the play. Ground Zero making the foundations and making those aggressive plays.
Ground Zero is stuck in defense already, and it's going to be pressure from Tainted Minds.
Ground Zero on the back foot here. CJM off the wall. CJ, you can see, wanting to get into this play. Express backing up his teammate. It's off the backboard, but it's a little bit of a slow one. Ground Zero get a bit of an easy clear. Now Walcott cleared away again. CJ in the back lines. Shady, he's actually up and aggressive. I think he's trying to bump a couple of players in net. Now to Express. CJM again, it's sitting in front of net. Can Shady finish it off? He can't. Ground Zero on the back foot. CJ with the clear. Now Express touched back to Shady. The back passes are there. The backboard play is there. The 1, 2, 3. No, it's off the side post.
CJ tried to sneak that into the right-hand side, but just goes wide. But so many opportunities from Tainted Minds and nothing quite paying off.
Ground Zero needing to get out of their half. The pressure is too much, but CJM with a nice half flip works out so well in his favor. Walcott with a solo play, but CJ with a challenge. Both teams having a CJ on it, but Express with a quick goal.
Ground Zero were just tested for almost a minute and a half. And finally it gets out of center. Express does not miss those, and he gets it past 2 players in defense. Tainted Minds looking to close this series out already.
Express saying this is just like free play, just like the simulations. Ground Zero wanting to get ahead in this match, but Express with a quick clear. CJ a little bit cautious there, and rightfully so. Now CJM so far back, ready for this touch from Shady. It is in Ground Zero's half. CJM, he tries to jump for it. He gets there. There's a double commit from Tainted Minds. This might actually be the opportunity that they needed with the clear out from CJ.
And Ground Zero, they've got the chance to attack, but look at them all back off. They had the opportunity. It's much like last week against Cheese. They're giving them too much room.
Too much room for Tainted Minds is not what they need right now with a 1-0 scoreline already. CJ wanting to stay aggressive with nil boost, and it works out. Touch off. Is Shady there? No, actually, CJ says, this is my ball, this is my gameplay.
He just stuck to it like glue, and he was looking to get it out to his teammates. But because he had no momentum, he wasn't able to get any power.
Now CJM on the sidelines, and Walcott is there. No, it just goes a little bit too high. That was what they needed. CJ with the clear. CJM touched away. CJ, he tries to seal the boost, instead goes for the ball. Bit awkward from him. Express touched away. Shady, is he there? Look at how defensive he's being, and it's working out so far.
The thing with Ground Zero, they're finding their passes off the corner, off the backboard, but they're not getting any infields. They're not getting anything dangerous in front of this net.
Express now has full control. CJ wanted his teammate to get a better touch on that. With 2 minutes remaining, and Tainted Minds still seeing themselves as the victors so far. Express off to the side. Now Lim. Bit of a clear. Look at the aggressive play. Oh, Walcott had the defense.
It was really smart as well. It looked like CJ could have gone for the pass, but they knew that the demo was going to happen, that there would be that big attempt, so he just takes the shot. Unfortunately, the bump didn't go through.
CJM with the clear. Both of his teammates on the sideline. A bit awkward rotations from Ground Zero. Tainted Minds trying to stay aggressive in this matchup. It's an open net for Lim. The pass is there. They even the score.
That's the counterattack, and literally the first pass into center from Ground Zero. They couldn't get him last week. They get them now, and that is how you open up the net against Tainted Minds.
Tainted Minds gave them a little bit of room, and Ground Zero say thank you, sir, and goodbye. 1-1 on the scoreline. This game is closer than we've seen before. Now CJM trying to make his mark in league play. Walcott passed back to Lim. It works out so well. Express touched away. It's an open net for Ground Zero on the backboard. Shady's there. Express again. Lim to receive it. CJ with the touch off to the side. Nothing much happening from both sides, but the pressure from Ground Zero, the shot just hits the crossbar.
Ground Zero really forced Tainted Minds into a 3-man defense, but it gets turned around very quickly. The counterattacks seem to be the way for both of these teams to score.
Tainted Minds looking so clean in offense. The midfield is where they're giving a lot of room to Ground Zero. Lim with the solo play. Now CJM goes for it. He misses, unfortunately. That was the opportunity they needed.
This is so important. Tainted Minds haven't been tested in defense yet. They've been so aggressive last week and in the last match, and now they're finally showing the defense. Shady That angle was great.
What a boomer. The pass from CJ. CJ beating out the defender. Top, bins, and in.
When you see Tainted Minds up for that ball, you do what Walcott does. He tries to get there before you. It makes it really awkward. He didn't get the right angle, and he gets beaten out with 20 seconds left to go. It could be the end of the game.
CJ working so well in offense there, but Shady is the Renaissance man. Can do everything in defense, in offense. Now CJM, Tainted Minds, looking like they have this one out, but there is 3 seconds still in this match. Ground Zero have a bit of control. No, it's sitting up. Express wanting to pad the stats. The aggression works out. Tainted Minds take game one.
And it was closer than we thought it would be. Tainted Minds just getting ahead. I feel like Tainted Minds have done this so many times this season already, where with 5 seconds, 10 seconds left to go, they score the winning goal.
Well, it was 10 shots to 8, so it's interesting to see that both these teams are staying aggressive, and it's really good to see in terms of the gameplay from both these teams because, as we said, Ground Zero, they haven't been tested. They've played against Chiefs.
Well, for the first half, Tainted Minds had all of the attack, and that's where they look so comfortable. If you look at the first 1.5, 2 minutes of the game, you're like, okay, well, Tainted Minds are going to win this. But I think after that first goal against them, Ground Zero decided to really talk with each other and say, we really need to start passing. I know that I was talking with them during the week, and they said we were nervous, we were rushed, we weren't passing. That's what we want to focus on. And we saw 2 really great pass plays, one leading to a goal.
See, for me, it's interesting because...
For you?
For me, Tainted Minds, I feel like they can do everything that Ground Zero can do, but just that little bit better. Because we saw the shot come out from Lim, right? That passing play into center, then the shot from Lim.
Yeah.
But that last goal in that series, in that game, we saw the side of Tainted Minds do the exact same thing, but under a bit more pressure. And it worked out for them to win it 2-1.
And they did beat out Walcott. I think that was a big turnaround point for them. Beating out Walcott to that ball, it's one small mistake in terms of the entire series, but it really hurt them. And now, Tainted Minds, they are in a significantly great spot to try and take out this series.
Well, with a 1-0 game score, you are looking too strong right now. 10 seconds into this match, and Tainted Minds are trying to stay as aggressive as ever, but Ground Zero seem to be on the front foot. The quick shot from Walcott and CJM. The dual man passing play working out so well.
And already the 3-0 from Ground Zero in the group stage has been upset. Tainted Minds looking to revenge with their own 3-0.
CJM tries to get a bit of ball control. Shady, I like how aggressive he's been in this matchup. The boomer of a goal to win out the last match is great to see. But look at the aggression from Ground Zero. CJM is up. Now Walcott, can he get the touch? No, it's a challenge from Shady. Express and Shady taking out 2. That's a bit of relief from them.
It's going to give them so much time. They've got a chance to get boost as well. But look at CJM. Lim came over the top of him and essentially passed it to the Tainted Minds defense.
Tainted Minds with a 1-0 game lead. Express with a beautiful challenge. CJM, unfortunate miss there. Ground Zero trying to clear this out of their half. Walcott, touch away. Now CJM. Off to CJ. He goes for the chip and chase, actually. Doesn't work out the best, but he goes for the bump instead. Shady, look at how passive he's being. I love to see this man play. Express rotating fast into net. Ground Zero trying to make something work here.
Haven't seen any of those demos from Walcott, and should be a goal. CJ finds it. It came off the crossbar, it bounced out, and CJ was ready.
The pressure from Tainted Minds. And look at the placement from CJ, though. We saw at how good of a play that was, and CJ says, the top right corner's mine, and he goes for it.
And you can see the difference between someone with so much experience like CJ and Whis. Whis was doing the same thing earlier, trying to find those angles, but he was going wide. CJ hits it perfectly. That one goes in over the top of the defender.
We spoke of Lim last week. Now we speak of him again. The quick shot, and it works out. The top bins it in, actually right into the corner. The placement was there.
That was all Lim was doing. He might be one of the best placing strikers in the league. All 4 goals that he scored last week were brilliantly placed, just single shots, no pass necessary.
Oh, the play from CJ. He tries again for that top corner. He says it's my friend, but Walcott says other things. Now CJM, the bump out from Tainted Minds, the aggressive pressure. CJ, can he get the double touch? He gets it. It's in with Express, the play from Tainted Minds.
Oh, you love to see those goals. The follow-up, the pressure at the start from that bump made Ground Zero panic, and CJ just executes that double tap pass perfectly.
Tainted Minds, I love their gameplay right now, playing so well against the previous team. Now Ground Zero. Man, oh man, they're playing
alive.
well. Express, now backboard shot. The defense from Ground Zero is there. Shady, again off the backboard. Express is up, it's in the net.
No way, Tainted Minds. They keep putting it high. Look at this shot. Pass really high up, but Express is so ready for it. All of Tainted Minds backing each other up so close.
Well, Shady and Express have been so close to making it into the upper echelon of play in Rocket League. And it seems as though the way that they're playing today, they are looking in fine form. CJ tries to get the touch, but Walcott is ready. Oh, the dunk from Shady. It's a bit of an open net. Tainted Minds could make it a 4-1.
This is where their aggression really pays off. You get a dunk like that, all of a sudden Ground Zero goes from being aggressive to having to run back to net.
Well, Yummy, they're taking a leaf out of your book, using all those bumps and demos to their advantage. And in this match, it's such a one-sided affair from Tainted Minds. Express, look at this, the double commit from Ground Zero. They're feeling it. Now CJ, the pass across, but no boost from Express. The challenge is good still. Tainted Minds are looking to make even more of an advantage.
And their Ground Zero are feeling it. The fact that they're rushing their shots again, it's just like last week. They all of a sudden feel they don't have the time. Look at that. He just hits it forward. There's no pass into center where CJM was waiting.
CJM, look, he's just kind of passed it off to Tainted Minds, said, oh, that's their ball, and backs off. The respect from Ground Zero. Tainted Minds, now CJ, pass to Express. It's off the backboard. Is Shady there? No. He goes for the passive play instead. Walcott with a free shot, actually. It's sitting right in front of net. The clear up from CJN. The finish from Lim. Ground Zero are not out of the waters yet.
That was so clever by CJM. He could have tried to get the shot, but he actually sent it high, past the defender, knowing that Lim could finish it. Working well together finally.
Tainted Minds caught with their pants down. I thought this game was going to be totally one-sided to Tainted Minds. They came out of the gate rushing. Now it's 3-2 with still a minute and a half left. Ground Zero are not out of this match yet.
That speed puts Ground Zero on the back foot, but it also opens holes in the Tainted Minds defense. So Ground Zero have the chance to capitalize. A great double pass again from CJ. He's working that backboard well.
Tainted Minds doing so well on the backboard. It's Express a touch out to CJ. The angle
is fantastic. It wasn't the angle. Look at this pass from Express. He could have gone for the shot. He takes it away from the defender. I love watching Express. He is so good to play with. He's always looking for his teammates.
Ground Zero must be getting nervous now. But they do have the opportunity. They need to keep this pressure on. A minute left in this match. Ground Zero. An awkward touch from CJM. It seems as though Express might take this one. The good fake. It works out. No, the pass wasn't exactly there. Shady was ready, but didn't read that one too well.
He jumped up for the earlier touch, but a second follow-up touch from, I think it was Express, ended up getting in the way. It's going to open up an opportunity now for Ground Zero. Lim, the striker, was ready. He took his time. He gets punished. Express gets the 5th goal.
Ground Zero, they built up their house of cards, but it all just fell down quickly.
Look how long Lim was waiting there. He was like, I'm going to wait for this perfect shot. We know he can strike well. He needs to do it much faster.
Tainted Minds with a 3-goal advantage here. 30 seconds, I think they might be taking this one out. But Ground Zero, not to be disheartened. They have the foundations there. CJ, again, up for the ball. He has so much time to work with this ball here. Now Shady, he misses it unfortunately, but it's an open net for Express.
Express just going off at this point. He's been involved in, I think, every single goal of this game. And you kind of see Walcott. I want to see him more involved. Where's those demos that tilted CJ? Why isn't he up in everyone's grill? Take some risks. Go for it. You're 4 goals down. And now Ground Zero They're one game away from being 0-6.
That is not the scoreline you want going into week 3 of
For a
league play.
team that I thought were almost a shoo-in to make top 4. I put them as my number 4 team for the season, and they're about to lose the second game here and potentially their second series.
Ground Zero, we haven't seen too much of them, and they haven't exactly showed up in this matchup. Although, Chiefs are considered the best in the region, and Tainted Minds
Number 2, yeah.
number 2. So,
And honestly, the way Tainted Minds are playing, I'm so impressed. Their passes are unmatched in terms of the fact that they're just going for them all the time. They're getting creative. You're not seeing the same pass over and over again. It's not somebody just infielding, and then backboard. You know, it's not those two. They've passed it differently each time. That pass out from Express,
Yeah.
when it could have been a shot, just shows that they're constantly looking for that. And even when it doesn't pay off, even when the pass doesn't work out, they keep going for it.
they have this really nice adaptive play style. We saw Shady in the last matchup. He was playing so defensive, and now we see him in this one, and he's right up there in the offensive plays. And, you know, it's not the CJ and Express show. It's the actual team itself.
It's
Tainted
going to be
Minds
in
show.
the Express show in that
Oh,
game.
yeah.
CJ was setting up some brilliant plays off the backboard, the 2 double touches. One of them just ended up being the best pass ever to Express.
Yeah.
And the other one almost paid off just the same. But Express just keeps getting involved. It was 6 goals, and I think he was involved in each one.
Something absolutely insane. He's loving his stats right now, because I am too. But Tainted
Is
Minds...
it because you've picked him for fantasy?
I am not going to talk
just
about
wanted to-
fantasy on the stream,
Yeah.
is what I'm going to do.
Yes.
That's the answer you wanted, and that's the answer you get.
I was
This
trying
is
to
now-
debate you.
This is now game 3. Tainted Minds looking so strong right now. Ground Zero needing to get above Ground Zero in this matchup. Now Lim, backboard play. Oh, almost actually went straight in, but Express read that so well.
I actually can't believe he read it off the crossbar.
Yeah.
He went underneath it when it was bouncing down and managed to get it nicely cleared.
Now CJM tries to pass it to his teammate, but Shady is there. The doink from CJ. He's there again. The rotation, the turn, the solo play, but Walcott has the defense.
CJ's just always in the way. He's looking to intercept. He's not there trying to get the 50-50, but to stop the play from happening.
Lim has a bit of time. It's a boomer of a clear. Express goes for the quick shot instead of the pass to center. Maybe his teammates weren't ready. The communication from Tainted Minds has been so good this series. Walcott gets challenged away by Shady, but CJM has the control. It's sitting above net. Lim needs to make this touch. He does. Walcott boomed off to the side. CJM is there.
CJM is ready for it. He's been the aggressive player in the past, and I think that's where he can be his strongest. But unfortunately, it does mean that his teammates need to get the ball out to him.
I really like the way Ground Zero are playing right now. They are saying that we're not out of the woods yet. We're keeping the pressure on. This is what they need to do against a team like Tainted Minds.
And it's so important. Every single game
the
matters.
bump.
Oh,
Oh, the save was almost there, but Shady finished it off.
what a play again coming out. Express 50ing that. CJ looks to the back pass, and CJM just can't get there in time.
It was so close from Ground Zero, but Tainted Minds telling Ground Zero that this is our match, this is our series, and this league play is going to be our time to go international.
Well, we've got to remember, this was dark-sided last season. This is a completely different play style. CJ coming in as what is essentially the captain of this team has really changed up Shady and Express, and it's made them so deadly.
It's so nice to see coming out of the shuffle such strong teams. Shady now into center. Express with a good challenge. Pinch away. CJ is there while CJM was just sitting in center. Now Walcott off to the side. Express. Quick play. Tainted Minds trying to make something work. Walcott not enough boost to do anything, but there's so much room and so much time. Tainted Minds now layering on the pressure. Express is Shady there. He is. It's a backboard again. CJ, can he do something with it? The demo in net as well.
Tainted Minds keep up the pressure. They've been stuck in defense for so long they didn't have the boost, and Tainted Minds take goal number 2.
You see the demos, the aggressive playstyle. Tainted Minds walking away with this series.
CJ was just so in the way that he's doing the disruption that I would have hoped Walcott was doing, just getting in the way, being rude as possible. And that's led them to their 2-0 lead and the chance now to put the challenge out to Chiefs.
Well,
because they're 8-0 now. There's a chance for them to go 9-0.
Yeah. The guillotine is coming down on Ground Zero's head. Tainted Minds looking so good right now. I don't think there's anything Ground Zero can do to beat them out in this series. Again, I think it's similar to the Justice Esports matchup just before, where they need to take it and use it in the future weeks to work towards a better style of play.
For sure. They're still just rushing themselves. They need to find their steadiness. They need to go for some risky passes, see how it works. Because at the moment, just taking shots is not paying off.
CJ trying to take a shot of his own. Zero boost. He passes it back to CJM. You saw what he wanted to do, pass it back to Shady. Now Shady, again, he's up for it. Express waiting in the wing. CJ still has no boost at all, but a good clearance comes out. Now CJM, did you see how fast Ground Zero are trying to play? They're just saying, we need to get there. We have to get to this
ball. And it
ball.
just feels so rough because every time Tainted Minds are at least equaling them in the air. So they put all this effort, they spend all this boost to try and get this into the Tainted Minds half. And it gets countered by a good 50-50.
Walcott on the back lines, but Tainted Minds actually made the clear for them. CJM passed away, but Express is ready for it. CJ's up. This could be the goal to score it. No, it's not. I thought that was going to be the last goal of the series in order to finish it all out, but the demo from CJ gives Shady a bit of time. On the wall again. The quick rotations from CJ, I'm loving this game. Against Ground Zero, it's working, and the challenge is there.
He had the challenge, he had the open net, he had the angle, but not the power.
Yeah, the momentum in any sort of way. He couldn't quite get to that one. Now CJ. Touched away. CJM. Look, backing off instantly. He needs to stay aggressive. A good tight turn does it. It's open. Lim is there. But Ground Zero, too little, too late.
And Ground Zero in the same spots that Tainted Minds, we see them in all the time. In that side part, just in front of the net.
Ooh, CJM with the goal of his own. I like it. 20 seconds to go with the 1-goal differential. It could happen.
It was all by himself. And this is great for CJM to get that goal. It puts them back in the chance to tie out this game, but they need to be looking for those sideways passes, those backwards passes out to their teammate to beat out Tainted Minds.
Tainted Minds, 20 seconds left in this match. Whether or not they can close out the 3-0, Walcott, CJM is a little bit too slow, or CJ's a little bit fast in defense. But the unfortunate touch, Tainted Minds, I think, have this match. 4 seconds to go. It's still up in the air. Lim has control. He actually fakes out the doink. It works. Ground Zero had the last opportunity here. Can it work out? He's done it! Walcott, 2-2. It is going to overtime.
Walcott ties up the game. They could bring this back. It's going to be the longest reverse sweep if they can. From an overtime game 3, they need to get the next goal and the next 2 games.
Ground Zero, they are down but not out for the count. Shady, he's trying to make the solo play. Can he quickly end this overtime? He can't. CJ to Express. It's a shot on net. Oh. It's in. Tainted Minds clinically destroyed them.
I just love watching these plays. You saw it happening a mile away. You knew that CJ was going for the pass. Ground Zero did not see it coming. They had no one to intercept. They had no one to challenge. And 3-0. Tainted Minds are undefeated now in league play.
Express playing out of his mind in those last 2 games there. Playing such a pivotal role in making sure his team can win it. Honestly, playing so well. Tainted Minds, even though it was a 3-2 in that last match there, I felt that it was such a strong showing from them, and they were kind of saying that this is our game, this is our series.
Again, another ruffle stomp, but they look so good. They weren't... I was a bit worried about them getting counterattacked, right? Because they overcommit so much, and then you see one's back left a lot, and they do a great job being left back, but they really clean that up. Ground Zero really didn't punish it.
They never punished it, and there was never a chance. They never had that defensive passing, sort of like Chiefs are so good at. Where even when they didn't have possession, when Ground Zero had possession in defense, you still saw Express pushing up into their half and winning races to balls.
Yeah, that could be a weakness, actually. We'll
Yeah.
see. Maybe they're reading the play that they're not ready for those defensive passes. That's something Ground Zero really need to work on, because that whole game, whole series, they would have stuck in defense.
Yeah, and they had some good passes right at the start.
Yeah.
Ground Zero, they found each other, and they actually scored a goal off it, but then it felt much like the Chiefs again, where they couldn't find that time.
What I had to say I loved about Tainted Minds in that series is that they kept the aggression on, but you saw as well there were so many bumps, so many demos.
Yeah.
They were all up in their business, and they were saying, "Oh, you think you have a bit of time?" They like cleaned them out of defense, or demoed them in net, and just stopped any of those plays from happening.
Now, again, we said CJ, the captain of the team, really has formed this team, but it's good to see those dark-sided bumps coming in again. They're so annoying. Ugh.
They've completely changed out their play style, but honestly, right now, Tainted Minds have taken their gloves off.
Yeah.
They've issued the challenge because they're 9-0. Chiefs are...
They lost the game to Chimpwits.
Oh, yeah, they're
Yeah.
9-1. So Chiefs don't have to worry. They can still get ahead of
Yep.
Tainted Minds with a 3-0 today.
I'm looking forward to seeing Ground Zero play again today, because I think they have a lot of redeeming to do again. Just no passes. They just can't get out of defense. They can't do much in offense. They don't keep pressure. They really need to show us that they're the good team that they showed in qualifiers, at least.
Well, if you think about the two teams that have played, Tainted Minds and Chiefs, they're the two teams that you have the least amount of time against.
Yeah.
So I think up against somebody else, they might be able to really show what they're made of.
Well, we saw a lot of the time as well is that there was that really nice shot from Lim, the pass into center, I think, from CJM, but it's because it wasn't actually challenged from the side of their opposition there, and so it was just a quick goal, and it means that they have the foundation there, and whether or not that can work against the better teams is still yet to be seen. But speaking of having some short matchups pretty soon, we are going to be back after a short little break with more action from OCE League Play number